Are you an aspiring CASA just like myself? And you are busy asking yourself, how to become a CASA in South Africa. Please watch this video till the end as I will be taking you through to different ways that you can employ if you want to become a CASA in South Africa. Okay, so let us not waste any time. Let us go straight into the video. Hi guys, welcome back on my YouTube channel. This is Awande Lutuli, also known as Mr. Manandi Nandi. If you like, you can say the aspiring CA. Yeah, man. Thank you very much, man, for clicking on today's video. If this is your first time on this channel, I would like to humbly ask you to please press that subscribe button, man, and join this wonderful family. If as well, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much, man, for clicking on today's video. Please make sure that you like the video. Please like this video. Please share the video as well with friends as well, and please comment below. Yeah, and let us just engage in the comment section. Okay, and today's video, guys, because it might happen that you are an aspiring CASA and you are busy asking yourself how to become a CASA in South Africa. So, and today I took some time and I was like, let me do this video. Okay, so I'll be looking down and from my notes here, the one that I just made for this one. Okay, so yeah, guys, so without wasting any time, let us just go straight into it. Okay, so now there is a traditional route, guys, to become a CASA, which takes a minimum of 7 years. Okay, so let us just explain that one. Yeah, okay. First things first, you are in high school. I read in the website of SAICA, they say you need to do pure mathematics. So in high school you need pure math and English. Both of those must be level 5, and then you apply for becoming accounting degree or becoming accounting science, right? But basically you are applying in the institutions that are SAICA accredited, right? So you go to SAICA accredited institutions, right? Institutions for the likes of, UKZM, for the likes of UJ, UP, Vet University, UCT, Unizulu, what other institutions? University of Western Cape, NMU, Forte, University of Free State, all those institutions that are SAICA accredited, you can go, you can apply into them, and then you do the SAICA accredited degree. I'm saying that because I know that in UJ there is a SAICA accredited degree. There is another. There is a degree as well that is not SAICA accredited. I don't know if they call it BCom accounting, the one that is not SAICA accredited. Then there is becoming accounting science that is SAICA accredited. Okay, so you must make sure though that what you are applying is definitely SAICA accredited. Okay, so that is the first thing that you need to note when you are doing this. So you go to an institution that is SAICA accredited, and then you do your degree there. So it might take 3 years that become in accounting degree, just like here in UKZN. In other places, it might even take 4 years, right? Especially those who are doing becoming accounting science. I know that in WUSU, they are becoming accounting science is 4 years. So yeah, so you go and do that. You're a full-time student and all of that. So once you are done with that, you go and do the postgraduate diploma in accounting. The postgraduate diploma in accounting, what is it? Basically, the postgraduate diploma in accounting is CTA or PGDA, known as CTA or known as PGDA, right? And you need this CTA, right? So you need this CTA in order for you to be able to go and do your articles, right? So this PGDA can take you 1 year, all right? And then after 1 year, you can then go, and then after that, you can then apply um, for becoming accounting degree in a SAICA accredited training office. So basically, a firm that is accredited by SAICA to provide articles, right? It can be an auditing firm, um, but it can also be a outside audit, right? The likes of okay, well, there are so many institutions or firms where you can go into. These big banks here of South Africa, here in South Africa, you can always go there and do your articles, which is outside audit, right? And I remember, as much as this lady that we were having a conversation with on this channel, she's doing the SEMA articles. I will just put that video in the description below. But she explained that in her firm, last year, they took SEMA trainees, and the previous year they had like CA trainees. So and they kind of like do one and the same thing. So yeah, so you can always go into an institution that is, as long as it is SAICA accredited, for that institution to provide 36 months articles, you can go there. All right. So now, so that is a route. But just after you finished your CTA, just after you finished your CTA, right? Just finished your CTA in November or December. In January, towards the end of that month, you will be writing IAC, which is the first board exam, previously known as ITC, right? So you go and do that, and then after that you go and start your articles, like in February you start your articles basically. So yeah, so that is what you do, right, for that year. And then the second year, towards the end of the year, you then write the second board exam, which is called APC, All right. So yeah, yeah, and that is how you can be eligible to register as a CASA. And then if you passed that, and then you go and do your third year, you go and do your third year of the articles. Then on your third year of the articles, you are just you are now doing the work, and then you do not have any board exams. Remember, this is the traditional route that I am explaining, right? So yeah, you are just finishing the competencies and the working or the hours that you need to accomplish in order for you to be registered as a CASA. So yeah, that is the route that you need to that you will take. Obviously, on your second year, I've heard that, but I don't have that much knowledge on this. But there is a course that you need to register, right? And you need to qualify in order for you to go and write the APC. So I don't have that much knowledge on that, but the exam though that gives you the authority for you to be called the CASA, you need to pass APC. So after you qualified to write the APC, obviously you then come and write the APC, and then you can obviously proceed to your final year, and then you finish your articles, and then you are registered as a CASA. So that is the first way. And the second way, guys, okay. I so wish that this route I heard about it when I was still in high school. So apparently you can, just after passing your grade 12, right, you can go into an institution or into a firm that is willing to take you, and then you would do your articles for 5 years. You can do your articles for 5 years. Okay. Now, when you do these articles for 5 years, you are doing these articles for 5 years, right? And then on the other side, you are busy studying. You're studying part-time. So as you are studying part-time, you are also working, right? You are also doing these articles, these audit articles, right? Normally, the firms that are willing to take you, it's obviously the medium firms and small firms. Yeah, normally I've heard about them taking you, right? The firms that I am aware, okay, let me not disclose the firms that can take you, but look at the medium firms, look at the small firms. You will definitely get those. Okay, so yeah, you are doing your undergrad and your CTA while working, right? And then after that, you once you get your CTA, that is when you will be eligible to go and write the board exams, which is your IAC, previously known as ITC, and then you go and proceed and write the APC as well. So that is the second route that you can obviously take, right? I've already explained the IAC part, the APC part, so I'm not going to explain in details again. Okay, that is the third one. Now, guys, um, there is the third one now that I want to explain. You have a math or your pure math is level 4, you do not have level 5, so the institutions probably they are refusing to take you, and such things does happen, right? So such things does happen. I've seen it. So you can go into an institution that is not psycho accredited and do their become accounting. So yes, UJ is psycho accredited, but you can go and do that become accounting that is not psycho accredited. Okay, because they have what is psycho accredited and not psycho accredited at the same time, right? So you can go and do that. Okay, you can do that, and then once you fin not only in UJ, guys, there are so many institutions that are not psycho accredited. Yeah, you can even the private institutions, you can go there and do your thing there, and do your become accounting degree there. And then once you got that, you now go into an institution that is psycho accredited, that is willing to take you, and then basically you will bridge so that so that your qualification can be psycho accredited. So you then bridge into that. Yeah, you then bridge into that. So the institutions that I am aware of are these two institutions, and obviously it's because okay, but these are one of the institutions that I am considering to do my CTA, right? Obviously, so Milpark and Edivos. So I know that they are willing to take you, and then you come and then you do your articles. I mean, sorry, you come and do your first year. You are preaching basically towards CTA. So you get this 1 year, you pass this 1 year, and then you are able to proceed and do the CTA now. Okay, so yeah, I know I've forgotten at Milpark how they call it, but at Devos, I think they call it PGDA 1 and PGDA 2, or CTA 1 or CTA 2. So yeah, along those lines, that is how they probably call it. So yeah, you come and do the first year, and then you do the first year, done. And then once you pass that first year, you can proceed and now do the PGDA 2 or CTA 2. So where you now do the CTA, right? So yeah, you can always do that. And then once you pass that second year or that PGDA, obviously, guys, PGDA, you have to pass all your modules in the same year, first sitting, or yeah, in the same sitting, if I can put it in that way. Basically, when you're writing the exams, you have to pass it there, and then if you failed some of the modules, so you have to write the supplementary exams of those modules that you failed, but you have to pass it in that year. Okay, yeah, you have to pass it in that year, because once you fail one module and then when you come back the following year, you have to restart the whole thing. So all the 4 modules, you have to restart them. Okay, so yeah, that is how you can be the CASA in South Africa. And then after that, you will once you get that PGDA, obviously you will then go and do the board exams, as I've just explained how the board exams goes. All right, so yeah, that is how you can become the CASA in South Africa. That is how you can be the CASA. Okay. Yeah, man. Well, another thing though, if you got level 4 of maths, right, you can always apply, or if you see that you are struggling with maths, you are getting at least level 3, level 4. In UKZN, there is this program called BCom Foundation. BCom Foundation or BCom Curriculum Extended or BCom Extended Curriculum. I think that is how they call it. So you can apply for that, and then you do the first year. So where they basically teach you a lot of things that are being studied there are grade 12 stuff. So yeah, so you can go and do that, and then the second year, on your second year of that program, that is when now you go and do the mainstream. So you now choose whether you want to do BCom in accounting or BCom general. So if you are doing BCom accounting, you will be doing the same modules that are being done by the first years in BCom in accounting. So then you proceed just like that. After 4 years you get your degree, and then after that you go and do your CTA or PGTA, which is one and the same thing, and then after that you go and do the articles. That is how you can do it as well. So yeah, those are the strategies. It's just that you have to think and see how you can work around it. But yeah, guys, you really need pure mathematics. Yeah, you really need pure mathematics. And I remember when we were sent by SAICA last year to speak with grade 12s around Umsunduzi municipality. They told us that they are interested in people who are doing pure mathematics. So you really need pure mathematics, guys. So that is very crucial. Okay, and please make sure that if your siblings want to be CAs in future, they need to do pure mathematics. Okay, accounting is not a requirement. Accounting is not a requirement. The requirement is mathematics and English level 5. Okay, so yeah, that is the end of the video, guys. Let us engage in the comment section. Any questions that you have, I will probably be able to, I will try and answer that question. And if you've got any request as well, anything that you would like to request on this channel for us to cover on this channel, please do so in the comment section. Let us engage in the comment section. I will definitely try my best to have your request on this channel. Thank you.